Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. I got the international truck. We are headed over to the cow barn. Need to grab the milk tanker and take the milk out of there because we are full. It's knocked our productivity of the cows right down to zero, so I want to get this done first thing today so the productivity can get back up a little bit. It's going to take a while as it did last time. I think it took almost like a full day, maybe a day and a half to get the cows' productivity back up to 100%. We're just going to sell the milk straight up. Our dairy production is pretty much full. Maybe more like 80% full, but we're just going to go ahead and sell the milk right on down to We Buy Anything. That's where it's going. So let's hook up to our milk tanker. Plenty of work to do here in the month of July. We'll be harvesting some oats here in just a moment. I think our grass field is going to be ready to be mowed as well. We got the field that we harvested the wheat in. That's going to need some lime. Get that all set for planting here in another month or so. All right, let's go ahead and open up that and refill that. And then the productivity should start going back up. I got like 63,000. So it's going to be like a full tanker. It should be a full tanker. How are we doing on slurry? I can pretty much tell here, I got a full tanker of slurry I can bring over to the BGA. Manure, I got a lot of manure that needs to go over to the BGA as well at some point. All right, I mean, that'll bring us in some money. Still filling on up. So now we're saving up for, because last episode, yay, we paid off our loan, so no more loan. Yeah, now we're saving up for, we got 60,000 liters even. Oh, the other, I'm like, what? That's not, yeah, I kind of forgot about the goat's milk. That's where the other milk is. That's fine, that can stay over there. But yeah, now we're currently saving up for buying ourselves the corn/sunflower header. And that price is actually like 150, how much is that? 150, 156,000. We get this one right here. Not the biggest one because it can't go down the road with that kind of a header. This header barely gets on down the road. So yeah, I do want to get that header for 156,000, which means I need $100,000 more. And we should be able to get that no problem. It's only July, and I don't need that header really until September, I think it is. So plenty of time to get that money on in. I do want to buy the telehandler for the cow and pig barn to give them straw and hay when needed. So I need about another $100,000 for that. Would like to upgrade the engine in the Fendt 1000. I think that will cost like $20,000 or $30,000. It may seem like a lot of money, but we're going to be bringing a lot of money. We got a lot of money actually over at the refinery. I'm just not selling that product right now because the current going price for those products are trash. I think it's the lowest price for the season on them. So if I can just hold out a few more months on it until the price starts going back up, then we'll earn more money on it. And by that time, we should have a whole bunch of stuff to sell. In the meantime, we got other stuff that we can sell, like this milk. I just got a zigzag around here. And this is where the milk is going. Same place that we brought the diesel not long ago. Alright, start selling that. I didn't see how much I'm going to get for the milk. I was just seeing how many liters we had. It may get us up to 90,000. Okay, we're at 90,000. Okay, yeah, we're going to get to 100,000. All right, so about $46,000 worth of milk right there. That's not too bad. I don't even know if it's the best time of year to sell milk. I don't know when that time usually is. Usually when I do dairy production, I usually, or cows, I have the dairy productions going, and I just bring it there. So I don't know the best time to sell milk is. But I had no choice. Really had no place to bring it. You can see our oat field on our left-hand side. That's ready for harvest. Yes, the grass field is ready for a harvest as well. So a busy month of July we do have in front of us. Bring the milk tanker back. Get kind of set up for getting some straw bales to be picked up. So we got to hook back up to our trailer. Probably should think about maybe also in the future, we'll see how I keep thinking of more things to spend money on, but maybe a shed for our trailers as well. These big trailers, not the small trailers. We got sheds for that. I think they might actually fit where I got the straw bales for the pigs currently. They might actually fit in there. But I didn't want to turn off the engine. Yeah, we got to buy one thing at a time here. And it's more important that I get the corn/sunflower header. I want to make sure we have that for harvest season. All right, let's scooch on over and we'll get to harvesting this oat field. Where am I? We're over here. There we are. Got all the equipment kind of down here set to go. Almost. Hopefully this farmer's not going to mind me rolling into their field a little bit. All right, let's fold up that header and then unfold the combine. And I'll actually start harvesting a little bit before I get the Fendt behind us. All right, now let's get ourselves a worker to start making some straw bales. And we got the John Deere 7R down here also, as you can see. Unfolded, unfolded. Oh, let me go in and clear out the bale counter. Yeah, I know I don't have access to that land, but I got access to this land right here. All right, and you go ahead and follow the combine. 30 meters behind us should be good. So I may not get this whole field harvested this episode, but we'll at least get maybe a full grain trailer, whenever that is, and we'll bring that over to the grain mill, which is not too far. It's just almost right across the street from us. And we'll start producing some flour with the oats. And hopefully by January, all the grain that we bring down to the grain mill will be processed into flour. I think January will be the last month that we are here. So like the months of November, December, probably just zip on through and sell whatever it is that we can sell. I will not be bringing, at least I don't plan on right now, I don't think when this series ends I'll be bringing any of the money or anything like that with us, which I should be doing because we don't own any of this stuff. We are just basically the farm manager here on American Falls. We're getting the community farm back up and running after the previous farm manager pretty much took everything they had from them. So yeah, we are not taking anything from them. What happened to my worker? I thought it was kind of quiet behind me. So apparently the worker didn't take, or I didn't let it set up enough. Well, all right, let's do a little bit of baling here. As I was going around, like, seems kind of quiet behind me. Well, that'd be a good reason. Thought the worker took because I set the distance to travel behind me. Oh well. Maybe I disabled the worker when I got out. I have no idea, but we'll get someone in this Fendt that wants to do a baling job today. As for the straw bales that we get moving forward, I don't know if I need to keep any or not. Maybe another trailer load wouldn't be too bad to have around. Waiting due to detected near collision. Do I have a worker? Alright, so Frank has decided to come on in and take over. Just make sure he doesn't disappear on me, but we got to get about 30 meters ahead. Alright, he's moving. We're good there. We're all set. At least I think so. Well, we'll see. Yeah, but once he gets moving, we should be just fine here. I mean, we definitely got enough straw bales, though, to get through for as long as we're going to be here. So maybe I will just sell them. But as I said, we're going to try to keep the farm going as if we're going to be here for years to come. That's why the wheat field that we harvested last episode will be spreading lime in it today. And September, I think it is, that we'll be replanting wheat right back into that field. We won't see the benefits of that wheat, but we'll get the field planted. I think that's the only fall crop I'm doing anyways. I think all the other crops are pretty much springtime. Oh, I probably should have thought about maybe bringing the wool from the sheep to the spinnery. We don't own the spinnery, but we're not going to be here again when the best price is going to be around. So I got to figure out when I should be selling that. It's July. Best time to sell the wool is April/May. So the price may not be too bad. Although I won't have much of it. So we just sold it a couple months ago. Frank is still behind us. It looks like it's going to be just about perfect. Once I get one headland done here in this field, the combine will be almost full. And I'll bring the John Deere into the field. We'll unload the combine. It's not going to take me too long to get this field harvested. We'll use the, after we get this job done here, we're going to use the Landini to spread the lime in the wheat field, since that is already at the pig farm. But it feels good not to have the loan. Not that it was bothering me at all this series. I mean, it was only a couple $100,000. But now we will save ourselves, I think it was $700 a month we were paying in interest. So that's going to help out a little bit moving forward. Well, I might as well wait until I get a full combine before I unload. I think a full combine's $14,400. Alright, that's good. Right there. Just park it up. That way nothing shuts off. Looks like that field that we're in could use some lime too. I may not lime all the fields. That's something the other farm manager can handle, because this field won't be replanted until next season. And I'm not going to really focus on what I would want to plant. Gonna let the other farm manager figure that out. Because they may want to take the farm in a different direction. Just want to go ahead and check on the price of wool. So I got 12,000 liters of it. It's now worth $9.28 per, compared to a max price of $12.12. But if I go to this page here and we go down to wool, let's see, we are in July. So yeah, we are getting down. We're getting down there. September is the worst month. So if I wait until January to sell it, I think we'll just hold on to it for now. If I don't sell it today, then I probably will wait until like July or something. Not July, sorry. January. our last month here before I go ahead and decide to sell it. If we need to. That's one combine load. I think that trailer can hold 3 combine loads, which I don't think I'm going to get off this field. So now I'm just going to start going back and forth here. And before long, we shall be done. And we can bring the grain over to the grain mill. To my surprise, whoop, we are full. Good timing there. To my surprise, we actually got 3 full combines off this field, and of course, and whatever's left. So the trailer might get full here. Well, let me go ahead and turn the hood back on. And not quite full. It looks like it might be at 99%. Full enough, though. So we'll get this unloaded. We'll bring this right to the grain mill to get that process started. As you may have saw in the time lapse, my planning wasn't perfect. I had to unload the combine with the auger into the crop a little bit, so we had a little crop destruction when I unloaded in the middle of the time lapse there, but didn't lose that much crop. But you always try to avoid doing so. We'll leave Frank in charge here just for a second. He'll keep an eye on the combine while we go over to the grain mill, which is just right there. Actually, we did fill up to 100%. Go figure. Alright, like I said, just right across the street, basically. And someone mentioned there actually is a beacon on the, whoop, as I mentioned it. You can barely see it right on the back there. But there's one there. Don't know if anyone can really see it during the daylight hours, but at least I got one. Alright, and while that's getting ready to be unloaded into there, let's call up the owner or the person that's in charge of running the mill here. Oat flour, make sure we got it in there. Yep, we'll activate that. And yeah, we'll get more flour than the amount of oats we put in. So this was what, 43,000, may get like 46, 47,000, maybe 50,000. Not doing the math in my head, just spitting out some numbers there for each trailer. And, well, speaking of the wool, looks like the sheep have produced a good amount of wool. So I need to go clear that out at some point. But that's going to have to wait until after I harvest this field and take care of spreading lime in the wheat field. We have worked our way around this American elm tree here. Alright, the 7R can just go right there for now. Back up just a bit, make sure we get that grain. There are a couple of spots I need to go out on the edges and clean up a little bit when I was doing the corners. Can't quite get the corners the way I would like to. And you gotta love having square bales in the field when you're harvesting, only because the header, when you lift it up, goes right over the bales. Can't really do that with a round bale. Well, I think the 125 centimeter bales, or meter bales, centimeter bales you can. I don't think the 150s you can put the header over. Unless you got the baler that turns the round bales on its side, then I think the header will go over it. I'm not going to worry too much about some straw swaths that Frank missed. And Frank may not even be able to keep up with me here in just a moment. But let me go around and we'll gather up the remaining oats on the corners. So that's one corner done. I think that corner is all set. And as you can see, we got a good amount of bales in the field. We'll see how many we made here in just a moment. If I can remember to put the header down, that'd be good. Should be able to sneak between those bales, almost. Alright, how is this corner looking up here? I think I got that corner pretty much taken care of. And I'll take care of the other oat field next time. It'll be in the same month that we get it taken care of, but it does not need to be this episode. Alright, I think we are all set with this field. So about 45,000 liters of oats off this field. Not too bad. And I did happen to stop right where there is a bale. Let's see, we don't need the header on anymore. We'll turn that off. Let's move the John Deere over here. Perfect. And while that's all unloading, we will jump into... Well, Frank was doing a really good job until the very end. Blocked by an object. No, you're on a fence post. That bale going to get unstuck? It's unstuck. Alright, 97% full. I think I can get... There's a good swath over here. We'll pick that up. So currently we made 32 straw bales in this field. Pretty soon to be 33. And there we go. We'll leave that parked right here. Let me go turn off the combine and the 7R. We don't want those running while we're not here. Trying to think if I could get over to that field without having to take off the header. Pretty sure I can find my way around. And let's go ahead and dump the rest. You know what? Might as well wait. Next field oats as well, so I can fill up the trailer and then bring over to the grain mill. The grain mill, it's already got oats to process. All right, let's jump up to here to the Landini. And the spreader is right in front of us. Actually, you know what? I should grab the See and Spot weed sprayer and put this away. I suppose... Yeah, I can park this in here. I used to park the mowers, tedder, and windrower here, but now that's all over at the cow farm. Don't know why I'm trying to park it into the corner. I guess if I ever have something else I need to park in there, I got space for it, though. Right, how much lime do I have in here? Not a whole lot, so... might as well just top it off. It's not going to be too expensive anyways. Do realize I still got a couple more bales in the field here. We'll just spread the lime right through it. At least I hope so. And you can see in the upper left-hand corner, got to raise it about 0.375. One thing I didn't check though, but maybe I did. I don't think it needs any soil sampling. Before I continue, let me just double check to make sure. Let's see here. Well, you can see some edges of the field are getting kind of darkened out. They might, maybe after next harvest, they would need it. But for right now, nope, it's all good. We don't have to do it. We'll let the next farm manager deal with it. We'll get this field all set for replanting in about September. And as I mentioned, we just got to throw wheat back into here. That way we got more feed for the pigs. And as for the other fields, well, we'll have to see if I want to plant anything in the fall. If I got to plant stuff in the fall, then I'll probably put some lime down before we replant into it. But I think the only crops that we plant in the fall for us here in American Falls is wheat and barley. I mean, I could do a barley field, but if I do a barley field, is this going to be planting barley for making some flour out of it? I wouldn't plant barley to feed the pigs with. And the reason being, because you're going to get more wheat off a field than barley. And if you're going to feed animals, then you're better off giving them wheat than barley because, well, a yield's going to produce more wheat than barley. And it's not like if you give them barley, it counts more towards their feed trough than wheat. Yeah, so it's not going to take me too long to get this field done. Still remember my early days here in American Falls, just going around and doing a whole load of fertilizing and plowing contracts, looking for them constantly. It's been nice not having to do that here this past season. And also having so many of our own fields to take care of, along with the animals. Actually, the only animal that we have not had here in American Falls are horses. We've had the chickens and ducks. We got pigs, we got cows, sheep, and goats. Well, also bees, if you want to count bees, I guess. Yeah, but we just... no horses. Well, I still don't know about the horses in FS22. At least on the hard economy. We gave it a shot on Solyndra, trying to make money off of horses, and it just does not seem profitable. Now, I will say that's on hard economy, as I always play on. If you're playing on different, if you're playing on normal or easy, maybe it's much more profitable. But looking at it, at least on hard economy, yeah, you can make money off horses, but I'm looking at the cost of feeding the horses at the same time, and it's like I can make more money from the crop I'm giving them to eat out of than training horses for I forgot how long it takes to train a horse now. Is it like 6 months to train a horse, something like that? Whatever it is. Yeah, it just doesn't seem profitable. And the training facility didn't seem to work out that well either. Can't remember what the problem was with the training facility and what I was doing with it. Could have been something I was doing, or maybe the mod's been updated since then. I'm not too sure. But it seems like I think we were actually losing money with the training facility. I think I'll get this whole field done with the amount of lime that we have. Alright, that's this section of the field done. I do want to just check the calendar once again. I think it is September before we need that header. So sunflowers is not until October. And corn. Okay, so I don't need it until October. So I am just thinking about possibly getting the telehandler before I get the corn sunflower header. And since I don't need that until October, well, that gives me an extra month before I have to worry about it. I was kind of hoping that straw bale was going to go under the spreader, but that's what I get for thinking. So next time I go by the other two bales, I'm going to make sure I completely go around them. And the telehandler is about 100 and... I mean, there are cheaper ones. I just want to get the bigger ones because they do weigh more. I could get a weight for it as well and put it on the back. I'm not a big fan of having weights around the farm. I don't mind the weights on the tires themselves. That's why I always get it. But at least with the bigger telehandlers, they can handle about 3 full-size bales for the most part. And I probably should put down a small toolbox over at the sheep pen and convert that Vulture over to have the wider tires and weights on that. So I don't think I'm really ever going to need narrow tires again. Since I am taking care of the fields with the weeds in the first growth stage, I don't have to worry about crop destruction. So if I bring over the slurry and manure over to the BGA, and the BGA does its thing, we should make money throughout the rest of the month here. And by the end of the month, I can buy ourselves a telehandler. I can get these straw bales moved. That way I don't have to bring over the auto-loading trailer just to pick up 3 bales. And I got a stack of straw bales that need to be moved into the shed over at the cow farm anyways. For some reason, the lime on this field is not really as prominent as I remember it being, like really, really white. It looks like that straw bale is going to be right in my way. Yeah, one more pass should do it. And I had plenty of lime, actually, to get the field done. Perfect. Fold that up, and we'll just get out and have a quick look. And, of course, pH value is perfect. All right, we're going to park this away for now. Not sure if we'll get to lime spreading more fields later on this year. I think the only time I will do it if I am going to plant barley, so I got to think about that. There we go. We can park that right there. And park that right there. And this field is all set to be planted in September-ish. Somewhere around there. And then we'll be good to go. Yeah, so I think next episode we'll get the BGA, some more manure, some more slurry, bring in some cash, buy the telehandler, start moving some straw bales around. We got to cut the grass still this month. We got the other oat field. I can either get to it this month or next month. I think this is the first month that we can harvest the oats in. Yes, this is the first month. Oh, wait, down here. Yeah, so I can harvest oats next month as well. Sorghum is not until September. No, it's actually in August. All right, I can't remember, though, did I plant that in the first month or the second month? I think I did it in the first month, which I usually do, but I think I was waiting to get the 7R, and we didn't. I think it's the first month. So that'll be ready in August, and then all the other fields will be ready in October, which gives us the month of September to fiddle around on the farm and do some other things that we need to do, like plant some wheat. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.